I think that's it. I was thinking it at the time, like, because the way Long Beach is, you've got to come out of that hairpin, and then you've got to try and pack up into the two wide formation as best you can. Really, only the top four got packed up, and you had O'Ward and the other driver, who I believe would have been Herter. They were speeding up to try and pack up, and as a result, the green flag came out as they were trying to catch up, and they just carried on the momentum. So ultimately, race control didn't do anything. It does make me wonder, like at Mid-Ohio, the start-finish straight is so short that they start them out of turn 2, out of the keyhole on the following back straight. It surprises me that maybe for the initial start at Long Beach that they don't start them further down, so they have more of a chance to properly pack up. Because then you just get this accordion of different drivers with different momentums heading into turn 1 at Long Beach, of all places.
Right.
Yeah. It surprises me that they didn't maybe consider doing something else there, but that was just a product of Long Beach race starts, I suppose.
Yeah. And maybe race control just needs to take a look at A, the starting procedures, and B, I mean, we've talked about it before, consistency in assigning certain types of blame in certain situations, right? Like, it was, I'm going to have to side with Scott Dixon on this one. I mean, I like Patricio. He's a good guy, from what, I follow him on social media and all that stuff. Just got a new dog. That was pretty cool.
He's a great kid.
But that was 100% his fault. I mean, I'm definitely fucking armchair stewarding in a series I've never stepped foot in, but it seemed like a risky move at a dangerous spot on the track. I mean, these guys know the risk of, like, there's a little bit of danger in motorsport and all that, but I don't know. It seemed a little bit out of pocket, and I'm gonna side with Scott Dixon on hey, if that's how IndyCar wants these guys to race, then Pato better look out.
Yeah.
To be fair to IndyCar, they've been kind of consistent in allowing that kind of contact to happen over the last few years. Romain Grosjean, when he was in his rookie season, he made the mother of all dive bombs on Jimmy Johnson at the corkscrew at Laguna Seca. And Roman only made the corner because they made square to square contact, sidewall to sidewall at the apex. That's the only reason Grosjean stayed on. Johnson ended up clattering across the gravel. If it were a track like Long Beach, he would have retired because he'd have hit a wall or something. But they didn't penalise him. So I don't know. It was, for me, it was
maybe
right
they do
on
want
the
to
line
race.
of overly aggressive. In my mind, and we'll get onto this now as well, it wasn't a move that he needed to make then at such a dangerous location, because if it hadn't gone like that, he could have been the one that retired. Right. And ultimately, on the next restart, he goes for a similar kind of move at the same corner, and he spins into the barrier. And miraculously, he didn't have much damage. All he lost was a shit ton of positions, and ultimately finished a lap down in 17th. But that's the thing, like he as I said, he seemed to be getting better at the patience game and building the consistency rather than always going 10/10ths all the time. But it seemed like this weekend he was just driving a little bit over his head. He was a little bit aggressive. He said the second one was a mistake. He wouldn't apologize for the Dixon overtake, but he said the second one he snatched a break or something like that. But it's just, he's trying to win a championship. At this stage, he is a driver that could easily win a championship, and the McLaren is fast. He just needs to dial it back a little bit and know when to apply that. He's an incredible driver, and the overtakes he can do are incredible, and the performances he can do are incredible. But he just needs to take his foot off the gas sometimes and just accept survival.
This is Into the Apex Motorsport Podcast Network.